I'm starting here at the wash where everybody comes in the morning here at camp to take care of the library business. There's one throne, and down the wash toward the northeast is another throne. As this old camp's evolved, have all the modern conveniences at home. Cat holes is an outhouse. Anyway, I'm gonna walk you back into the camp from the wash. I'm gonna walk you back into the lawman's camp, as Hank calls it. And it's pretty cool spot. We've been camping here for 26 out of the last 27 years. We missed it. We had 24 years straight. We missed the 25th, and we've been here for the last 2 years. So 26 years we've been coming out here and camping. And the first 4 or 5 were in other places, but all the rest of them have been right here. It's a cul-de-sac, not very far from what's called Rip-Off Canyon. Oh, about 8 or 10 miles south of Old 80 on 25 Echo, which is High Tanks Road. And then just west of High Tanks Road, about 2.5 miles in here. And back to the west there, those hills, there's a little bitty cut back in there. You can see, barely be able to see it, but that's Rip-Off Canyon. And the other side of those far hills there is nothing but sand dunes from there all the way to, I guess, the Gulf of California, which is through into Mexico and on down to the saltwater. So we're roughly 80 odd miles from the ocean, give or take a little bit. Not far at all. This is Lawman's Camp. Thought up of Tacna guys and the Tacna Air Force, and a way to kind of fellowship and remember all the old days here at the working the old desert, when we just had 5 or 6 of us working the desert. We've evolved, and we've had a lot of people come before us. I think the largest camp was 50 odd right here. We camped out in Culver Canyon one time, had 47 or 48 down there, and that was a pretty good sized camp. That was southeast of Tacna, a little ways. Anyway, this is the camp. I'm swinging back to the east here from the camp, looking back to the east. You'll see the Copper Mountains right there in the foreground, in the background, way back there. And then you'll see a gap between them and the far hills down there. The gap's called Big Pass. That's what the Border Patrol named it. And the far mountains on the right-hand side of that gap are called the Cabeza Prietas. That's a National Wildlife Refuge. And the Mexican border is just to the right of that. So you can see we're not that far. This is a Marine Aviation and Ground Training area out here. It belongs to Luke Air Force Base. It's a bombing range, but the Marines use this part of it. Anyway, this is Lawman's Camp. We got roughly 28, 29 registered this year. And this is, I've been putting it on for about the last, I'm going to say the last 16 years anyway. Maybe 18. Anyway, I've been putting it on, and I told the guys today I'm done. So I'm turning it all over to some of these young guys. Tony Martinez, Joe Martinez from El Centro, Tony from Yuma, Bear Gonzalez, who retired out of Wellton Station, and George Boone retired out of Wellton Station. I told all those guys it's their camp from now on, and they're going to be able to run this thing if they want to. So anyway, we're all about done. I'm going to walk on into camp here. I'm going to show you the rest of it. That pickup right there in that tent, that's Al Helgeson and Jim Johnson. They came from all the way from Oregon to here. It took a 2-day drive to get here. That white van belongs to Leland Peters. He's been retired 37 years, retired pilot out of El Paso, Texas. A little pointy top tent, that's Joe Wolfkuhl's, one of my best friends from Del Rio, Texas. He lives in Glendale. Just to the right of that, just that little old big cot tent with the blue thing in front of it. That's my house. That's where I live out here at camp. Right in front of me is a Chevrolet, is a GMC pickup, and the white cook shack. That's what we've evolved to, from cooking on the tailgate of a pickup to that. Stove, ovens, deep sink, water tanks. We're kind of modernized out here. No lights, but we're doing okay. And then and that RV at fifth wheel right there, Braxton's bunkhouse. Braxton has converted that old fifth wheel into a bunkhouse. This little tent right here in front of me is Bobby Nix's tent. Bobby comes over from Wilcox, born raised in Dell City, Texas, retired out of Wilcox, and he comes over from Wilcox. That little motorhome there and pickup belongs to some new folks. They came here from the Nelsons, San Diego, and another one out of Tucson. Hank, that little white cargo trailer with the old white Dodge pickup on the right hand side, that's Hank Hayes' vehicle. This white pickup truck and Firestorm camper, that's Mark Hayes'. He's a retired A-Chief out of Yuma. He used to be station senior at Tacna a long time ago. Matter of fact, he was the last Tacna station supervisor, PAIC. Old Ford pickup to the side belongs to Ed Ostelin. He's a old timer out of Great Falls, Montana. Good guy, a good friend to us, and he's retired. He's a former Border Patrol, retired. He now lives outside of Great Falls. And that little pickup in the middle with the green-looking gas can on the back, that's George Boone, a mighty fine young man who retired from the Wellton station. He immigrated here on his own from Hungary or Romania, somewhere over there, and a naturalized U.S. citizen. Fine young man. A great mule skinner, lives out in California, and just a top troop. I'd like to have 100 like him. These are some of the guys camped out here up along the wash there, right next to the outhouse, believe it or not. So I guess our little cat holes don't hurt them much. Just kind of want to show everybody what the Lawman's camp looks like. This could be the last one. I'm not sure, but it sure could be the last one. There's a shade. Old Mark Hayes brings it out. That's where everybody can kind of shade up on these warm days, sit around and visit, swap stories and fellowship. In 27 years, 26 camps out of 27 years, there's never been a cross word said or a bad thing ever done to or by anyone to another person at this camp. And considering being a law enforcement camp, that's saying something. Mighty fine bunch of men. I'm proud to have been associated with them, and proud to have been able to do this for those guys so that they could enjoy each other and each other's fellowship at least one weekend a year, and come back and reminisce about all the old times and how wise and smart they were. Anyway, guys, I've enjoyed it. We'll let you know I love all of you, and I love this old desert. It's been a lot of fun. And that's it.